to say the least, the best opportunity that we've all been afforded in our fire service careers. Lots of great training classes that we were able to attend from incident command, retention strategies, tactics, and then just leadership in general. Very impressive conference. Then on top of that, lots of great networking opportunities as well. So we just wanted to, the five of us wanted to extend our appreciation to the council for approving that expenditure through the public safety money that we received in 23. And then lastly, just the update on the engine fluid replacement project. We reached out to 3 companies, Pierce, E1, and Rosenbauer, about our interest in pursuing a new engine. Both Pierce and E1 have been very receptive and responsive, and we've been able to work with them. Rosenbauer acknowledged my email, and then it's been crickets for the last 6 weeks. So, needless to say, they're off the table, and so we're down to 2 companies. Half of our truck committee met extensively with Pierce and E1 out in Indianapolis while we were there at their vendor show. See their products in person and put hands on to all the different trucks that they were able to bring to the vendor show. Both were great pieces of equipment. Then after returning from Indianapolis, the entire truck committee met with Pierce sales rep and their team, and we went through a specification build for a new engine through the Pierce product. It says here 90% complete. I'd say we're about 98% complete on that. Enough so that we've got a ballpark number coming back from them to consider. And then last week, there were 4 committee members that went to Florida to tour the E1 facility down in Ocala. We were actually able to meet with the E1 president of Red Group at that time. Very much did not expect to have his ear or the time taken out of his day to meet us, but he really emphasized how the company's changed over the last 20 plus years. Because that was kind of our concern with the E1 product, as the truck that we're replacing is an E1 that's lasted 27 years, but it's had a number of gremlins through the electrical systems, the pressure governor and such. And we wanted to kind of feel out how the company has changed and what they've done to fix those problems. And essentially it just comes down to technological advances over the last 20 years. And there hasn't been any of those issues in those products since then. While we were there, we got to see just about all of their facilities, from chassis builds, pumps, electrical components, their custom cab builds, and then we additionally saw and spoke with the parts management on the side. So we were able to kind of ask those questions of like, what parts are you shipping out all the time for repairs, right? And the good thing was it wasn't any of those things that we were concerned about on the front end. It was a lot to do with the emissions control stuff on diesel engines. And then next, we're supposed to be meeting with our E1 sales reps team this Thursday. We'll see how that goes as the week progresses here with the wildfires that are going on. But that's where we're at in order to finalize that specification through the E1 product, and then get a number back from them for consideration between the 2 networks overall. Anticipating that we'll have a proposal for council sometime in June for this replacement.
Any questions from our? Pardon me, if you don't mind, you would already summarize for the council what fires are going on in our area and what our local service people are doing to respond to those. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So right now there's 3 large wildfires that are taking place in southern St. Louis County. One that everybody's familiar with is the Brimson area, the Camp House fire. We sent moved 2 up last night. for a night shift, and then we'll have another crew going up tonight for a night shift. With one piece of apparatus, and then tomorrow, they've increased their resource out, so we'll have 3 apparatus and 3 crews, assisting up there in that fire. The second fire happened off of, near Camp 26 and Highway 16, that kind of area, just west of where, the Brimson fire is taking place, and so that so not many resources are assigned to that. It's a lot of in danger that are easily defensible there. And then the other one that just happened about an hour and a half to 2 hours ago, probably now, is over on Munger Shaw Road. And so our neighbors in Ellsworth, Grand Lake, Northland Township, and Holborn are battling that right now. So right now, there's a lot of communities or resources. And so there may be a lot of mutual aid assistance between communities right now.
Thank you for the time in volunteering. Mark had said something earlier about having to take time off. And so folks like Mark who work a full-time job during the day, they have to arrange it with their employer to take time off. And sometimes you can't afford to take time off for something like this. And so it's a big deal. And for all of you that are willing to do that, I just thank you. I think it's just an act of service that a lot of us will probably never experience. So I thank you for that.
For sure.
I just want to comment also, I saw in the news before coming, at least 50 dwellings are being evacuated. It sounded like.
There's a ton of evacuations that are taking place right now.
And right now, a lot of them are going to the community center and.
From the Brimson Camp House fire, their unification point is the Freedom from Community. I would have any up in that area. I mean, the sheriff's office is doing a great job between law enforcement and then the rescue squad in coordinating emergency management, coordinating those evacuation efforts. They're utilizing the new system, the Reset Go system, where there's, I guess, little grids that are built out throughout the entire county, and you can go to the sheriff's office website and or Google search St. Louis County sheriff evacuation map, and you'll be able to kind of see what is in the yellow, what is in the orange, what is in the red, to kind of understand the process that goes with the notifications for that immediate to being prepared.
It's a good tool.
Just another good reason for Rice Lake to continue to pursue funding for a similar operation here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Mark.
Suzanne, I can summarize animal return. So did you want me to start? Here from one, do we want to start?
Just do April.
Okay. So, April 3rd, a yellow lab was found on 4400 block. Received a call from Mayor Herstead about dog action on the resident's property late at night. Resident took dog in for the night and called Mayor Herstead in the morning. I had seen a post on missing pets in the Northland Facebook page. So made contact with owner, picked up dog and delivered to owner. Sent warning letter about running at large. Dog is licensed. And so there was no fee for animal allies. On April 29th, Jack Russell Terrier, owner called to report a missing dog, advised to post on missing pets Facebook page and called Animal Allies to leave their info. After calling, I contacted missing pets page and saw a dog matching the description, was picked up and called back to advise call Duluth shelter. On April 30th, orange cat was found on resident's porch and dropped off at Animal Allies. Respectfully submitted, Curly Hooker.
Thank you. Okay, we have Sheriff, what did you wanna say a little something?
Have like the comparisons. It's here start. Other than that, it's more the same. Deputies have been hitting traffic as far as they can. Cause I know that's what people wanted. So it was like, what was Calgary, East Calgary, Park. You know, like Grayslake, prevent preference. So.
That's good, and thank you for giving us that little bit of update. So those of you who have not heard, we have had a lot of requests from the community that our sheriff make his presence known in Rice Lake. Speed is a big concern for a lot of folks. But what that means, when the sheriff makes a presence, people get pulled over. And so just warning everybody right now, slow down and watch your speeds. Otherwise, you're gonna meet Austin personally.
And it's motorcycle season, whether it's another factor again. And, it was out yesterday and I couldn't help but, or the last couple of days, couldn't help but notice all the folks, motors and trailers. Great thing, but more traffic on the roads too.
Yeah, there's definitely been more traffic, so just staying alert, especially of people who are biking and hiking the shelters. That's another reminder.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've got it down much.
John, did you have anything you'd like to share before we move on?
We're waiting for the grass to grow a little more before we find a cure for this. It might rain at the end of the week, so it might get grass to grow. Other than that, there's.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll quit to new business. We have a WLSSD sewer modeling grant agreement. And Robin, I'll have you summarize this one.
Yes, the city applied for a wastewater services planning grant that we want to use towards doing a sewer modeling project, similar to our water modeling project. And this will take our sewer system and help us to work with SEH. We will be doing the actual project, and that we'll be submitting all of the information they need on our sewer system and all the other data they need to do that, so that we can kind of plan where we can expand, where we might need to do maintenance, you know, where can we get rid of some of the stations, do we need to add, that kind of thing. So we were awarded that grant, and we got $9,990. The max was $10,000 that we could ask for. So we ended up getting that. And then we will match the 10%. I think it's 10% of that. So then NSEH is ready at any time to start on this project. Great.
Any discussion from the council? Well, I have to say, great job again for bringing money into Rice Lake. Where the grant skills are. Very nice, thank you. I will entertain a motion to accept the sewer modeling grant for $9,900. I'm sorry, I left the amount, $9,099.
$9,990.
$9,990.
You didn't get that extra 10? No.
That's us, we have to come up with that, right? Is that the 10%?
Yeah.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Make the motion to approve the wastewater service planning grant.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, is there any further discussion? All those in favor of accepting the sewer modeling grant, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. It's passed. Next, we'll move on to the Rice Lake Villas PUD development agreements. And so the last time we heard about the PUDs, we were accepting the the ordinance itself to deviate from the lot coverage and density, I believe it was. So now we actually have the developers agreements in front of us. There's one for each, one for the senior housing and one for the workforce housing. I did read through these, not much different than what we expected. Everything's just tied up in a nice bow in this developers agreement. Is there anything else that I'm missing that needs to be added?
I just wanted to mention that this was written by our city attorney, so we know that as well.
That's good to know. A lot of times we do bounce things back to legal to make sure that we're doing things at okay, so save this a step, thank you.
So now this these documents. Is that where? Cost,
I believe so. I'd have to confirm that with.
Okay.
Now, but.
so we're just here and we're going to approve these tonight.
Right. I think our ask in it is for the paving of the, standards.
Which we already approved, and so that's the only thing that we're asking from the developer, is what's that piece of it? Yeah. And I would say that these developer agreements are just, after we pass it, then it just becomes the developer's agreement, and we have our part, and the developer has their part, and everybody does their piece. So.
As just one additional
Yes.
question. I was just curious, doesn't look like anybody's here from Open Arms tonight. And so I guess my question is that now this will go to them, but they haven't had an opportunity to get a pre-read on any of this, correct?
I'm sorry, what was that?
They haven't had an opportunity to pre-read this Open Arms.
That I do not know, I did.
Okay, that's all I have.
So in light of the question, great question, I would think that the developer, because a lot of these points has been brought up throughout this whole past year, that it's not a surprise. I couldn't imagine that city staff would do all of this without pulling that developer in.
Right.
Do we feel comfortable in proceeding?
I just had to ask the question if Arms has an opportunity to review it before we pass it. And so there's no additional delay, I guess, is the concern. But if the council has taken that information and populated in this document, we can certainly move to approve, because I don't want to delay in that way either.
Right.
So that's the only question.
Didn't we discuss everything?
Oh, yes, we
that's in
did.
there a year ago when we brought it?
So again, I just had to ask the question. I don't have a problem with moving forward with this. I know recently there was an issue with the paving of the road, but they were on board with that. There we go. We're beyond their time.
So if we approve this moving forward and then Open Arms, their attorneys read over this and come back with something, is that we're just approving our side for now to send over to them, or is this the final?
This would be the final. Robin, if you have Tony on the line, if you just text her and just ask her if. Sure.
Very well made.
I actually got a response from Daryl is on here. He said, yes, I reviewed.
Excellent. Thank you for responding to that. Yes. All right. Is there any other discussion regarding both the senior housing and the workforce housing agreements? If there's no further questions, I will entertain a motion separately for each of these items.
As long as everything's in order, I'll make the motion to accept the development agreement for senior housing and the Open Arms development agreement for housing.
Support.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. Okay, next we'll move on to the mini split units for public works and fire hall. Who's gonna present this one? Shane?
Okay, that's right.
Right, thank you.
All right, so this process started last year. We finished with it all, got late into the year, so. Started early spring. And just finally. Getting both sides of. Two different contract reports. One would be Carlson Duluth Company, and the other one's Eaton Federal. One is significantly higher than the other. My recommendation would be to go with Carlson of Duluth. Their total is $30,080. AW Kennels came in at $56,600. There's a little bit of a difference in some of them, mainly just the plumbing. Carlson is gonna plumb from the outside instead of running a lot of it off through the attic and mezzanine areas. And Kettle was gonna be some anticipated stuff. Some of it impact price, just little things here and there. There'll be one main condensing unit at Public Works, and there'll be 3 heads fed off. That'll be a 3-zone unit. All your money is in the condensing unit. The heads are cheap, but it's the main condensing unit is what you're putting your money into. So if you can run field.
That's what we did.
We want it in the whole scared entrance area where the computers, the worker guys are at. There'll be one off my office and then one into the lunch. This is the main condensed back and then plumbed in. I don't think where the furnace and bank and stuff comes on in the back of the existing portion of the shop within the shop. And then the fire hall, similar type of a setup. Just 2 heads, not 3. It'll be one of the main conference meeting in the area upstairs, and then one head will be somewhere right above where you come up the stairs on the wall there, so outlines this. And then with this quote also, I think I added in there in the wording, this includes the makeup heater replacement in the fire hall. That one's, there are 2 of them in there, one of them is bad. It's been replaced.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a laundry list. We've got generators, $30,080, and the electrical work for $12,590. And then there's a mini split. The cooling systems in both public works and fire hall. It also contains a replacement makeup heater at the fire hall. So total for everything was $42,670. Okay, now was this budgeted for this year?
Yes, it was.
Awesome. And for the generators, so I remember during the blowdown that we did not have power. Where did we run out of power? Was that here that we didn't have power? Robin, you were here.
It was during the blowdown, no.
We did the board.
We lost power here. And fire department and public works. I know the concern at the time was that people didn't necessarily have a place to go to work. Do you have any history on that?
Can I stop you for a second?
Yes, absolutely,
There's
please.
miswording.
Uh-oh.
They are not generators, they're mini split AC.
Okay, no generators. That was the next one. We'd like them. Right, we'd like them.
Right, during the blowdown, both public works and the fire hall did not have backup on, other than the standalone generator that fire hall.
Okay, so it's been a goal since then to have some kind of backup.
And that's part of the project for, fire hall expansion too, is to have a generator that is able to.
My brain process is still in the generators route. For the lift station.
All for the lift stations.
This is the last one.
All right, good.
Why do you get the doors open if you have no power?
We hooked up like just a small generator, that we're able to back feed into the back. And get the doors open, and then we just left them open for a while.
They're manual chains.
Stores have got to be so heavy.
Yeah, so the 30,000 total for fire hall, public works, for, split AC unit stuff. Electrical work is included in on that. 670. Yes.
All right, thank you for the correction. Council, is there any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Okay, I'm just gonna abstain from this as. One of these people is our client.
Okay. I'll entertain the motion.
I'll move to approve. And Carlson Drill Company hoped for a total of 42,670.
Thank you. Do I hear any further discussion? Not all those in favor of approving the total of $42,670 for the electrical, the mini splits, the makeup heater for fire hall and public works, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. And that Counselor Hendrickson is abstained. Thank you. That motion is passed. Looks like we're at the end. We do not have any unfinished business and we are ready for adjournment.
Can I ask one question? Is there any money in the budget for new microphones?
Better, at least.
Those are actually new batteries.
They are, all of them. Ran out in the first 10 minutes.
I know,
Yeah,
yeah, they're just.
great idea. I know these are so expensive. They were at the time, they're terribly expensive, but I think we can maybe look at,
It's just an on-off switch too. So,
Right.
or, yeah, or only activate when you want it.
Great, well, now you're getting fancy. I like that.
all right, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Great. Thank you for coming, everybody.